US-based group accuses Gowon of twisting Aburi Accord facts, blames him for Nigerian civil war bloodshed. A United States-based group, Rising Sun, has criticized former head of state General Yakubu Gowon, retired, over his recent comments on the reasons behind the failure of the historic Aburi Accord of 1967. The group accused Gowon of attempting to distort historical facts, insisting that his account does not reflect the true circumstances that led to the collapse of the agreement. In a statement issued on Sunday in Abuja and jointly signed by its president, Chief Maxwell Dede, and Secretary Reverend Father Augustine Odemegwa, Rising Sun rejected Gowon's claim that the Aburi Accord failed because the late General Chukwuemeka Odemegwu Ojukwu sought to place military forces under the control of regional governors. According to the group, the demand by regional leaders to control security forces within their territories was made in good faith, aimed at ensuring justice and promoting true federalism. Rising Sun further argued that adherence to the terms of the Aburi Accord would have prevented the Nigerian civil war as well as the accompanying genocide and famine. The statement says in part, the attention of the global family of the Rising Sun, USA, has been drawn to a recent statement credited to retired General Yakubu Gowon, in which he attempted to distort the true reason behind the failure of the historic Aburi Accord of 1967. His claim that the breakdown occurred because General Chukwuemeka Odemegwu Ojukwu wanted regional governors to control the military is both laughable and dishonest. If Nigeria had followed the Aburi Accord in its true form, there would have been no war. There would have been no genocide. There would have been no famine used as a weapon of war. There would have been no carpet bombing of villages. Instead, Gowon reneged, Nigeria reneged, and the blood of millions is on their hands. The Aburi Accord, held on January 4 to 5, 1967 in Ghana, was a last-ditch effort to salvage what was left of Nigeria after the first military coup of January 1966 and the counter-coup of July 1966, which saw thousands of Easterners slaughtered in cold blood across the north. The agreement, which was documented in writing and tape recordings, was unambiguous. It reaffirmed the sovereignty of the regions, with each region to control its own affair. It called for a loose federation or confederation, where the center would be weak and the region strong. It called for joint control of the armed forces, not central command. It agreed that appointments to the Nigerian Military Council must be regional and consensual. According to the group, the positions were not Ojukwu's invention, but rather the collective resolution agreed upon by all Nigerian military leaders present at the meeting. He said Gowon's later repudiation of the Aburi Accord upon return to Lagos was not due to disagreement with the terms, but under direct pressure from the British High Commission and the Northern oligarchy, who feared a return to the economically successful and politically autonomous regions of the First Republic. Is General Gowon genuinely unaware that in the United States, the very model of federalism, state governors control their national guards and can activate them independently of the federal government? Is it treasonous in a federal system for regional leaders to demand control over security forces in their territories? Ojukwu's position was the position of reason, justice, and true federalism. It is Gowon who betrayed that spirit and plunged Nigeria into chaos. By confessing that the dispute at Aburi was over control of the military and not over oil, or so-called secession, Gowon has inadvertently vindicated Ojukwu and all Biafrans. The world can now see that Biafra did not seek war. He sought autonomy, safety, and self-governance in the face of an unrelenting genocidal machine. The group claimed that the British government, through its then High Commissioner in Lagos, Sir David Hunt, instructed Gowon to reject the Aburi Accord and ensure that power remained concentrated in the hands of the northern establishment. They used to act as if they are the owners of Nigeria. Britain did not want a successful federation of autonomous regions. It wanted a unified, centrally controlled Nigeria under Fulani dominance. Can you imagine? To protect Shell BP and other colonial-era corporate interests. That is why Britain armed Nigeria with bombs, aircraft, and diplomatic cover to annihilate Biafra, he said. The group explained further that millions of Nigerians are living with the consequences of the Aburi Accords betrayal, which has led to insecurity, economic collapse, fake federalism, and a unitary state masquerading as a federation. We call on all truth-seeking historians, scholars, and lovers of justice to revisit the original tapes and documents of the Aburi Accord, many of which are publicly available, to expose Gowon's lie, he said. That Gowon is definitely lying. And instead of him to just confess his sin, and at almost 90-something years old, you are still lying. Instead of you to just... What exactly are you scared of? Are you still scared of death? You can't be scared of death at almost 90-something years old. Why not just confess your sins and instead of lying and covering up and covering up and covering up? Azubike said he will be alive looting without dying. Elohim Chukwu will useless him forever and ever. Ezenaya says the old man has blood on his hands. A lot of blood. Sadek Ashop says Biafra war ended, but the Nigeria civil war is still on till today. Ezekiel Keke says Gowon thinks that Ojukwu is dead. That is why he is busy with his fairy tale. Ojukwu is alive. We Igbos of his generator are the living Ojukwu. There is nothing hidden in Aburi Accord Gowon signed, came back from Ghana and refused to abide by it. Gowon signed confederation agreements in Aburi, Ghana. Ojukwu demanded nothing more than content of Aburi agreements Gowon signed. Gowon refusal to abide by the confederation agreement he signed in Aburi, Ghana caused the war. It is today's sovereignty in which Middle Belt Republic, Hausa Republic of Northwest, Arewa East Republic, Fulani Islamic Republic of Southwest, Niger Delta Republic of South-South, Biafra Republic of Southwest are the 6 sovereign states. This war decides. It is well. Annie John says, my question was, who has been asking him for all these things he has been formitting recently? I don't know. Nobody asked him question, no. It is conscience that is worrying. And instead of him to just say the truth, he's still going through the corners. Going through the corners. Osola says facts, and he refused to say the truth. Life have been giving him opportunity to make the wrongs right. Well, he will tell the truth. Maybe he's writing a book too. Maybe he has said, oh, it is when I buy that people should release this book. To finally say my truth. Because I don't know why he's still lying. I don't know why. NS says the man that denied the paternity of Musa his son until DNA proves him wrong can deny anything. Tizio promises the world knows the truth and someday he will admit it. That man is getting closer to his 6 feet too, and yet he still doesn't want to say the truth. Tizio, my listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.